Great. Okay, hello everyone. I'd like to call to order the March 13th Norwalk Public Library Board of Directors meeting. In attendance, we have Janie Williams, Moina Noor, Sherelle Harris, Laurel Peterson, Alex Knopp, and as a guest, we have Catherine Schneider. Like to first approve the minutes of February 13th. Can someone make a motion to do that?
Sure, I'll do it. Motion to approve.
Laura makes motion. Second, or any changes?
No.
Can I get a second then?
Mhm.
Alex, second. All in favor? Aye, everybody, everyone's in favor. All right, Sherelle, would you like to introduce Catherine, our new Norwalk Poet Laureate?
Of course, hold on, I'm just trying to find my camera. So, good evening, everyone, and I would love to introduce you to our new, too bad we don't have any music, how about our new poet laureate, Catherine Schneider. As I mentioned in the press release, Catherine is like a champagne bottle that's been taken up and you pop the cork. She's just bubbly and just full of energy and full of life. And I'm just so excited to see what she will bring to this new joint venture. So Catherine, if you want to just tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
Sure, absolutely, Sherelle. I just want to thank you all so much for this incredible honor. I'm so excited to fulfill this role. I've lived in Norwalk, gosh, wow, since 2011. It's really become my home. I am a graduate of the Fairfield University MFA in Creative Writing and Poetry, where I studied with Kim Bridgeford and Baron Wormser, two incredible poets who are like, unfortunately, Kim Bridgeford has passed away, but who are my mentors to this day. Just incredible people. I'm really so proud to have been able to publish my first book back in 2019. That's I used to remember the story of how from Finishing Line Press. One of my dearest friends from the MFA is fiction writer Chris Belden. If you know him from Ridgefield, he's a total rock star. And we've been friends for all these years since the MFA. And during COVID, we decided we need to keep our writing community alive and we need to cheer ourselves up. So we made a live stream series that actually Laurel has featured on, and Bill. And actually, I think we did have Bill on, and we had him in the in-person open mic, both of them. The live stream ran for about 3.5 years. Almost every single week, we featured poets and writers from all over Connecticut, from our MFA program, and from all over the country, even some internationally. We have an incredible log of that on YouTube and Facebook. Then we really wanted to get in person and kind of get that contact once COVID was really over. And we partnered with Brad Kerner at Eco Evolution. And for about 2.5 years now, we've been doing a monthly open mic where we do have poets and writers, but we also have musicians, comedians. We even had a parlor trick guy for a while. I'm all about creative community, and I've actually been really doing this in Norwalk. Norwalk has made it possible because it's my home, but also because it's the home of so many great places and people that are excited about poetry and the arts. And, our open mic is like packed every month, and it is just continuing to grow. Personally, I've also pursued my own writing. I have poems that I send out for publication. I have a second manuscript that I'm also sending out for publication. So I'm really active, on my own. This past summer, as part of my application, you might remember my Ekphrasis collab project where I partnered with an artist and a musician, and we worked together to create a painting, a poem, and a piece of music that went all together in two different Instagram videos. And that was a really awesome experience, and I'd love to do more of that. I've also experimented with combining poetry and music in a previous project of mine. I would say what I look forward to the most in this role is being able to continue to do more of what I'm doing, but be able to reach more people because of the title and because of all of these opportunities I have to connect with all of you and the different parts of the government as well, different ways that I can appear and support for different events. I would love to see even more people get involved and get into poetry and have opportunities to enjoy it, and also to combine it with other art forms and to meet poets from different places too. So I have all kinds of ideas. I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to this event on April 12th at Factory Underground that I've been chatting about, with the committee and especially with Mark. So thank you so much for this opportunity. I am so excited.
Catherine, we're so excited to have you.
Thank you so
So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And as you can see, she's very bubbly, very energetic, and it's very contagious.
Thank
So,
you.
but thank you, and thank you for taking time. I know you're with your parents right now.
Yes,
So,
I'm so sorry I slipped
oh
my
no, not
mind.
at all. We appreciate that you took, some time out tonight, so you
For
can go
sure.
back to your celebration.
Yeah,
So thank you very much.
absolutely.
Congratulations. We're really excited about having you as our poet laureate and look forward to a lot of great stuff.
Right.
I'm so excited, and I hope to see you all April 12th or at another event really soon, or at our next open mic, which is at Eco Evolution next Friday night, March 21st. It's gonna be a blast.
I hope you'll bring a lot of that energy to the library, into the
Oh,
library
sure.
space as well, for sure.
absolutely. Absolutely. I can't contain it. Thank
That's
you.
a
Thank you
wonderful
so much.
thing.
Have a
Thank you.
lovely
All
evening.
right. Take care, Katie. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So we had also invited our outgoing poet. I don't see him on, but I don't know if Laurel wants to say a few words, as she was our very first poet laureate.
Nah, you guys will hear from me way too much as it is. I'm excited that she's going to do it. I think she'll be a really great fit for the city and she'll bring in more young people. And that's
Yeah,
kind of why I advocated for her. So she'll be
yeah,
great.
awesome. Oh, thank you, Laurel. All
Yeah.
right, and I don't know if our other guests are coming. I don't know. One of them said they didn't get the link, so I guess we can move on. Maybe we'll invite them to the next one, or maybe they'll come on, log in a little later.
Okay. Um, so, so as I said in my email, Sherelle and I met with some city officials. We met with the mayor, Tom Livingston, Alan Lowe, and Lamond. I forgot to mention Lamond in my email. It was on March 5th, I believe it was. It was a Wednesday. And we had this meeting because we we kind of left at a place where Jess was our main point of contact in the city. She was working on an RFP with Alan, based on our RFP that we wrote a long time ago, and things kind of just got, we're at this point where we need to pick up, what's going on, what's next, with this renovation project. Um, we were told that 2027 was the year. Now, of course, we met with the mayor and his team after the mayor had decided he wasn't going to run again. So I think that was also an important part of the conversation. because the mayor has been very, supportive of the library and helping us acquire the necessary parcels of land. And um, so one thing that we did was look to see how much money we have available for any kind of planning. And so the document that I sent you all basically shows the amount of capital funds that we have for planning purposes. And there was I don't know, Sherelle, would you be able to pull that up? Because I think it's important that we look at it. So originally we had $500,000 in the library budget for planning purposes, and then I think it was 1.45 in the economic development budget. Some of that money has been drawn down for a variety of reasons. One was they used $800,000 from actually it was 1.57, $800,000 for the Milligan lot. They used about $40,000 for, I think, removing a tank over at 3 Belden. And then they used 1.4 million from an ARPA fund to buy 3 Belden. So, so if you had a chance to
Open the
look at
link,
that.
but for some reason, let me just see if it'll let me download. It's saying it's a video and it's
Oh.
open, but hold on, I'm trying something else. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
So it basically leaves us with approximately 1.1 to 1.2 million dollars left for design purposes, or presumably design purposes, because we were also told at that meeting that the $800,000 for the Milligan is probably going to, it will be more after, they have the negotiation and the lawsuit. So they very well might look to this part of the budget to use some of that money to pay for the extra. And so I think where we kind of left things off, I mean, Alan was really kind of doing a lot of the talking, and without us having a very secure, firm date or year as to when we're going to have money allocated for this project, and without knowing exactly what the new administration, we're going to be hoping that the new administration will be very friendly and be very much on board with this project. They were basically recommending that we use this money to update our building plan so that when the new administration does come on board, we are like completely ready to go out for funding for the project. And that, I think, is basically where we left it. I don't know, Sherelle, if you want to add.
I just
that.
scanned it. I had my copy, so I scanned it. Give me 1 second. I will pull it up.
I
Can you
mean,
all see
I
it?
think in an ideal world, we would have loved for the mayor to, to have consistency of the team but, given that there's going to probably be, a new person on top, we need to make sure that that person is going to be as supportive of the library as this current mayor is.
Moina, is this the one you're talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah. I would love to hear other people's thoughts, especially, people who've kind of as to our approach, if this approach is like of going back to our building plan, updating it, either with library associates or with another vendor. we still have that $25 million number. It's, is that going to be the right number?
I think if we care about the project, that we move forward in whatever way we can.
Mona, did they have, because the mayor did have a plan. Is he referring to that plan, or we start from scratch, or what is the case? Because I remember that. He
Well,
had
I mean, I
hired
think-
a different firm and did the outline of what the library would look like. So is that still?
I think the Stantec plans are just they're the ones that they presented to us a while
Mhm.
back.
Yeah.
I think those are I mean, according to Alan
Mhm.
Lowe, I think he thinks we need to start again from scratch.
Mhm.
Because now that, I
We
mean,
start from
even those
scratch.
Stantec plans, they didn't incorporate Three Belden because we didn't have Three Belden there. I don't know if
Right.
you remember
Mhm.
those Stantec plans, like they were like drawn around the first taxing district building and things like that. So,
Mhm.
so I think given our current footprint, now we have, we have the parking lot, we have Three Belden, we have the footprint, so we should go back. I mean, and we have the building plan that Library Associates did.
Mhm.
So if we, um, go back to and update our building plan, like the building plan, for example, included the CP, the space for that, for the TV station, that's not part of it anymore. So, there are several things that have changed and we should incorporate,
Right.
what we currently
Mhm.
have.
Hey,
Um,
Moina,
yeah,
this is Alex. Um,
right.
I was unclear from that chart that was on the screen share.
Mhm.
Is the 800,000 the final cost of the parking lot?
It's not. It's not. And they expect it to be more. And the way that they were talking was that whatever money we have there, we should be ready to give some of that up for however.
Well, I think it's going to be quite a bit more, and I'm concerned that uh, the idea of a million, I forget what, 1,400,000, whatever Alan Lowe said on the paper was going to be the planning money. Is it 1,400,000 or 1,200,000? I forget
For
on that chart. I mean, it's totally unrealistic. I expect the 800,000 probably gets doubled at least, and my guesses will be even more. So I think we're in real trouble about even the planning money. I think those Stantec plans were completely ridiculous. I had never agreed to them or to have that planning process happen, so I don't think we should put much into them at all. Obviously, there's certain limitations in the property that mean that what goes on facing Belden and how you access the parking and where you come into the building. Some of those are a little bit down to only a couple of options given the fact that we're landlocked there. But I don't think the Stantec stuff is meaningful at all.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement about that.
Yeah. And I
Totally.
think that just so you know, I think the money, I mean, I don't know what the planning is. The city's been very tight-lipped about when the court is going to rule. But my guess is that the 800,000 at least gets doubled. If that happens, we're left with very little, if any, planning money. So I think that's the current primary concern, especially given what the Board of Estimate did, I think 2 nights ago, in cutting down the city's capital budget because of the tax rate.
Yeah, I mean, actually, Sherelle brought that up at the meeting too, and was basically like, I don't know, Sherelle, I'm speaking for you if you want to talk about, she was basically asking, how do we preserve that money for planning? as opposed to for, the remainder of the Milligan uh money. And they were basically saying, well, you don't, or you can't. I don't know.
Basically said that general practice is that they find where the money is available first and they take it. So I just, basically asked, how can we preserve it so that they know that we're serious? And maybe if they can find it somewhere else, that could be a possibility.
Well, I must say, it seems like to some degree we're continually being taken advantage of. I mean, in other situations, it's the city's parking authority that, for example, does signage and striping and all that kind of stuff. And the fact that we've had to pay for that for our lot, the fact that we have to pay for the Eagles lease out of our money. I realize it's all city money, but I mean, let's be fair about it. The mayor's office doesn't pay for striping at City Hall. That comes out of the parking authority. And I keep thinking we're being kind of ignored in the way that financing scheme should work, which is the parking authority covers the costs of parking for all city agencies, and that doesn't get charged off to each individual agency.
We actually, I mean, it's a separate conversation, but we did, Shrella and I also met with Brian Lutz of the Parking Authority and had this conversation with him. And we're kind of, right now, that lot is just not being managed by anybody. So it's kind of like the city's lot. I know it was pre-COVID, part of the Parking Authority, and then it just kind of, so we're working on that to get things back to the way they were, and the way you're describing them, Alex.
Yeah, but I mean,
Managed by
the same
Parking
thing,
Authority.
the same thing, this is the last comment I'll make here, the same thing applies to the Milligan property cost. I mean, let's say that we were not going to do an expansion at all, or that the expansion were going to be on the same footprint as the current library, we would still need that lot for parking. And why that's being used as a funding source for the acquisition and taken away from our planning money for reconstruction is, I think, a mistake.
Yeah. I mean, I think I agree. I wish it was coming from a different place, but it didn't. And um
Well, it hasn't been used yet. So my hope, maybe as naive as it may be, is that the money may be found somewhere else. Like, I don't know.
for 3 Belden, they didn't take the money out of our planning. They had an ARPA, they used ARPA funds for that. So maybe there'll be some other, but even if, okay, say, Alex, you're saying if it's double the 800,000, if there's $1.1 million in there now, for us, I mean, we wouldn't be necessarily, at least right now, for the short term, for the immediate term, the idea is that we do need to update the building plan. And that won't cost $1 million. That would cost whatever it cost. Sherelle was saying it was about $25,000.
About 26. We paid them in 4 installments, and it totaled 26,000 roughly.
Was that both for the strategic and building plans?
Mhm. This was
So-
all the money that we paid to oh God,
Library Associates,
Solutions.
Yeah, it was 26,000.
Library Solutions.
Right.
So if we were to to go out and, instead of, using the foundation money, use part of this money to go out and revise the building plan such that it is like, it's ready to go, so that when we have the new administration, like as they're campaigning, we're ready to be like, this is the plan, this is the building plan for the library. And then it sounds like we might have, if they do end up, using that money to pay for the Milligan, it sounds like we would have to go out and get more money for architectural funds.
This point of reference, Mary Mann just joined the meeting. Welcome, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Well, I think one of the issues here to clarify, one of the issues to clarify here, I'm sorry, is Mary trying to speak? I can't see the screen.
I think she was just saying hi.
I'm sorry, okay. Mary, you done?
Yeah, she's done.
Okay. I think one of the problems is to try to identify what does the city mean by planning? Because our building plan and strategic plan are small potatoes when it comes to cost. That's
Yeah.
primarily input from us and from a survey of patrons and, what are other libraries around the country doing. But if you're talking about architectural planning for, conceptual drawings and stuff, that's a much bigger nut. And since my guess is that in the end, the cost to the city is going to come in well over 1.6 million. We're going to be in trouble. And I think Alan Lowe assumes that the word planning includes architectural drawings, that get us pretty far down the road.
So initially, Alex, initially we did them separate. And then when we met last time with Jessica and Alan, he suggested that we do them together. But during this meeting, Moynihan, correct me if I'm wrong, he suggested that we separate them again. So yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm assuming that he's asking us to separate again because the money is not or may not be there. But just
I'm sorry, Sherelle, separate what?
so to separate the planning from the architectural.
And so he's assuming that 1.2 million or 1.4 million, whatever it is for our planning and not for architectural services.
Well, Moynihan, please correct me if I'm
Yeah.
wrong, but initially, so I did ask that question because initially we did it separately, and then later they suggested just to move this along that we combine them. And then during this meeting, he suggested that we separate them again so that we get started with an updated plan for now.
Yeah.
And he did not. So, and I was trying to understand, the difference, but I'm thinking it's because, we don't know if the money's going to be there or not.
Yeah. I mean, he was, initially before this meeting, he was saying, oh, you can update, just go out with an RFP, go look for an architectural firm. These firms do a lot of needs assessment and plan, that firm will update your building plan based on a needs assessment. And then based on the needs assessment, they'll create the architectural drawings, go out once, get everything done. But I think now, because of the election, because we don't know how much money we're gonna have or get, or how big the scope of the project is, to go back and do a needs assessment. I mean, to go back to like doing a small, the building plan without the drawings, update our building plan. And then when we have a better sense of, how much, because, that $25 million is kind of just a number right now. So based on the building plan, then we, and once, we have like the new mayor in place and we go out and have a better sense of how much the project is going to cost, then we go out for the architectural bid. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but what if most, if not all, of that 1.2 million gets soaked up by the Milligan
Hello?
transaction?
That's
That
the
my que-
question right there.
Sorry, Mary, I can't hear you.
That's the question. Are they going to use all of our money?
Right.
Oh, can anyone else hear Mary?
Yes, I
Yes,
can.
I can hear. Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me now? My
Yes.
Yeah, I hear you.
question is,
We all
are they
hear
gonna
you.
use
Hello?
all of our money? That's the question.
Moina, can you hear Mary or others?
Yes.
No, I can hear, but it sounds like Moina can't
What's
hear.
going on? Janie?
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, I can't hear anybody. Oh, no.
Did your mic go out?
Okay.
Can you hear now, Moina?
Ugh.
Maybe log off and log back in. Moina?
Maybe you can send her a chat message to tell her to log off and log back in.
Okay, let me see.
I'm trying, but I'm on my little iPad and okay, I'm having.
That's all right. Let me see if I can.
Mona, do you hear? You
I don't
can't hear
think so.
me.
I'm just gonna call her.
Let me see chat. I don't even see the chat.
Oh, crazy.
Mhm.
Hi, I'm trying to get on from my phone.
Okay, I can hear you on your phone. I'm on my phone.
We can hear you, Moina.
I just heard her when she said she's trying
Okay,
to.
I'm here. I'm sorry.
It's
That's okay.
Oh,
Hear you.
Technology.
I'm
Well,
going
well, Moina and Sherelle, can I ask you, what decision do we have to make tonight? I mean, I appreciate the update information. Is there a decision we have to make, or you just have to sort of think about the consultation that you guys had at City Hall?
I do think the way. Oh, shoot.
It's okay, Moina. We understand.
Hold on, I have to mute myself. Hold on, I'm gonna mute myself. Okay, I do think that we have to decide if we want to at least go forward with a building plan as a board. Update our building plan.
Well, is there a reason not to do that?
No, I think I think we should update our building plan.
And we might as well do it while we still have some money before the city takes it all.
That's right.
That sounds like that's the plan. You're right, Alex.
All right, so I move that we take action to engage a consultant to work with us to upgrade the building plan and to help us review the strategic plan. in anticipation of eventual modernization and construction.
And we would go through the purchasing department to get bids. Or should we get bids to update?
Well, I think the alternative to that would be if we engage the same firm we had last time and ask them to update their plan. I don't know any other way around the bidding requirement.
I don't think the bidding is bad, but it's up to you all.
So if we updated, if we used Library Solutions, I mean, if we go through the city route, we have to go through, we have to go through a bidding process? Is that correct?
Most likely.
And if we go back through the foundation route, then we, we don't necessarily need to do that, right? Is that right?
But I'm opposed to going through the foundation route.
You're opposed to that?
Yeah, this is a city project.
Yeah, okay. And we have the money there, so we should use that money. And that's what it's meant for. So, do other people have does anybody else have any discussion?
I'm sorry, let me just add one thing. I'm not sure, even going with a former consultant, we avoid the bidding process, but there is a ground for that, at least if you're asking a former vendor to update something.
Yeah, Alan was kind of hinting at that also, so.
Go to the sole source, but I think just so we, stay safe, I can reach out to our purchasing department and speak to her and find out the rules and what her suggestions are.
Okay, that sounds good. So anyway, we need a second on that motion, and I think Mary made that second.
Mhm.
So all in favor of moving forward with the building plan, with updating our building plan
And the strategic plan.
and the strategic plan?
And they have to go
Update
in
it.
kind of
Yeah.
coordinated fashion.
Okay.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Opposed? Oh, okay. Sounds great.
Mhm.
So, so let's, I say let's make the renovation of the library an important part of all city discussions at this point. Especially since we're gonna have an election coming up.
Mhm.
And I think we should try to find out, if you can, from Corporation Council when they expect the court to rule, or do they have any information about when the court is going to rule on the eventual final cost of the acquisition of the lot.
Yeah, I can find out,
Yeah.
or at least ask them to.
Yeah, they may not know because it's up to the judge, but the judge may have said, I'll let you know in 3 months or something like that.
Okay.
Just so people know how the system works, once the city decided to condemn the property by eminent domain rather than negotiate a settlement with Milligan, as I had tried to do, the city has to put in the amount of money that it estimates the property is worth into the court. That's what that 800,000 is. And then the court accepts expert testimony from the city and from Milligan about what the real value of the property is. And once it rules, then the city is obligated to turn over to add to the 800,000 if the judge rules the property is more than that. And that's what we're waiting to find out.
Yeah. Okay. So, so good. So Sherelle will be in touch with us about next steps on updating the plan. And I'll talk to I'll reach out to Corporation Council. Okay, so next thing that we have is about the charter revision update. So you saw, we've reached out to the city, we got their feedback. We've reached out to the Charter Revision Committee, basically, who have told us that if we want to do something, we need to do it now if we want to make any recommendations. We all now know that we see in the current charter that the library the library director is by mayoral appointment only with the Common Council. There's no defined role for the board right now as it currently stands. So I think we need to decide now or vote now whether we want to pursue this or we want to bring this to the Charter Revision Committee for their consideration. So does anyone have any discussion? I mean, I know we've been on this for like a long time, too long. And but I do think it's important, and I think as a board, to me, I think it's important that the board has some role with the mayor in appointing our library director. The board understands the library. The board is involved in much more than the Common Council for sure, and really in some ways more than the mayor. So does anyone have anything for discussion? I mean, could someone make a motion, or can I make a motion?
Sure.
Okay, let's see. Well, I'd like to make a motion that we forward our recommendations to the Charter Revision Committee for the board to be a part of the along with the mayor, of the appointment of library director.
Well, what does that mean?
That we bring it to the Charter Revision Committee.
Yeah, but what do you bring to them?
That we amend or modify the current charter so that the board is included in the appointment of the library director.
But what does that mean? I'm asking you.
We did some wording, maybe 2 or 3 meetings ago. When Laurel brought this to our attention, we just made guys made some slight tweaks.
Where's
that I
Laura?
thought were
I don't
very-
see her on here. Is she on here? I don't see her.
No, she dropped off.
Oh,
Okay.
but I do remember that.
So we can't be we shouldn't be voting then. We don't have a quorum.
Oh. 1, 2.
There's only 4 of us.
Okay, if we're not gonna vote, I gotta get off because I'm stepped out from another meeting.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I mean, the only thing is if we want to do this, we need to, if we want to send our changes to the Charter Revision Committee, we need to do it like within the next week or so. So
And maybe what you have to do is do it maybe you can call people or do it on email,
Special meeting.
text.
Can somebody just email Laurel
Yeah.
or just see if she can get back on quickly so before Alex has to leave?
well, I think Alex is gone now.
Oh my God.
Mhm. Yeah, Alice is gone now.
So we
So-
have no quorum, we have nothing.
No, we don't
We
have a
can't
quorum
vote on
anyway.
the
So,
policy,
yeah.
we can't vote on anything.
So
It's gone. Can we do that particular piece via email?
I don't know what the rules are.
Okay,
We
neither.
have to look up the rules to see. I mean, I'm not saying we can't, but we
Mhm.
just have to look up the rules. Or we need to do a special meeting because in my report, we had something that needed to be approved.
Mhm.
The policy, the confidentiality policy.
Yeah,
Okay, so we have a special meeting next week, in the next couple of days. I mean, early next week, next Tuesday.
I have a lectors meeting at 6:30 next Tuesday, so maybe 7:30 I could jump on, but I don't think
gonna have something.
other than Tuesday, I'm good.
At 6 o'clock?
My electors meeting is at 6:30.
Okay. I mean, but it would only take,
It doesn't have to be on a Tuesday, does it?
no, it could be on Monday.
I'm good on Monday. I'm good every other day. Yeah. And if it's just me not being able to attend, I can give y'all my vote.
What's your vote?
Go ahead and submit it. Let's do it.
We already have you guys came up with the writing about 3-4 meetings ago.
Right. And I think Janie made some comment or yeah,
Mhm.
I'm good.
But we'll try and do it on Monday,
Mhm.
except,
Okay.
and then, for people who can't attend, could we put we could put the motion in, are they allowed to give their vote not through email? I don't know.
We'd have to look up those. the rules.
We've done that before.
Yeah,
Yes, we have.
okay.
Uh-huh.
Because every places are different. Some you can vote by email, some you can't.
Mhm. Well, we've done it before, so I don't know. I know we did it before.
Stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Hey, I'm on a Zoom meeting.
Okay, so, and let me like
Nah,
draft a motion so that I'm not just like trying on the top of my head to draft
Mhm.
it in an email.
Maybe just get with Laurel and whatever that final,
Yeah,
yeah.
Mhm.
okay, that sounds good. All right, so those are, oh, and then we had I wanted to reschedule the walkthroughs for that first Saturday in April, but I'll put that out on email for everybody. I thought the library looked really great yesterday when we came for the program. So,
I love the new sliding doors. I love them.
Makes such a big difference.
Yeah, it's
right?
just it's
So
much, much
convenient and also aesthetically it looks much better. They did
Yeah.
a great job.
Mhm.
So thanks, Neil, if you're out there. Neil Rennie from Guardian, our city management, building management.
good job, Sherelle. Thank you.
okay, so I think I'm done with
Okay.
the section.
We want to do mine or wait for the special meeting, but
Yeah.
we're gonna vote on the confidentiality.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait on that one.
Most
'Cause
people
yeah.
agreed, when I presented it before, but we just
Mhm.
wanted to get a final from Corporation Council. And then we got the go-ahead, so we just needed to do the official vote,
Mhm.
which we will not be able to do tonight.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to see if I even had it. Well, I had it somewhere.
Mhm.
And then
Pardon?
We can push the recap of the parking authority meeting to the next meeting, right? To
Yes, so. I mean, I don't know, do we want to just end this meeting or do we want to?
I know, I think we can just end it. But the thing, okay, yeah. I don't,
Yeah, because I think we don't have the,
we don't have a quorum. We don't,
yeah.
we
so,
can't even vote
can't-
to, we can't
yeah,
even vote
so we can't
to
even do that.
adjourn. So,
Oh, wow.
And I think that's the same thing in the I don't know if Alice is gonna join in next meeting or I don't know.
he's actually at another meeting and he texted that he was only gonna join for those two things on the,
Then we probably won't have a quorum for the foundation meeting as well.
yeah.
Mhm.
Patsy said she was gonna join around 8.
Hey,
Mhm.
And I mean, do we have Lori? I mean, maybe
I
we,
don't know if is Lori gonna join the foundation meeting?
I think we should wait for Lori for next month if that's possible.
Okay, well, I told her, so I'll have to send her, I was thinking I have to send her a note then. She'll be fine because she was driving anyway. So,
Okay,
I will let her know.
okay.
Okay.
So should we just go ahead and cancel the foundation meeting?
I think so because we won't have a quorum. I mean,
Yeah, okay.
yeah,
did Lori drop off or did she say she had, that she wouldn't be here long?
I don't know.
Laurel said to me that she was gonna have to leave
But
her.
that's still only 4 people. We need the only 4 that
Oh,
won't.
Patsy would be there. So if she was there, if
Patsy?
Laurel was there, we would have a quorum, but it sounds like Laurel's not gonna be there.
Yeah, she said she's going on a flight tomorrow, so she was gonna drop off early. So
Yeah, so that means she's not gonna be on. Yeah. Mhm.
All right, good night, everybody.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.